How's it going, guys? Randall aka Shizukatz here on the Tressa's Collectibles channel, back with another episode of TD++, a series where we help you get the most mileage out of just a single TD and get your foot into the set on a budget. Dengeki Bunko is a very special set, being a collection of various different titles. We've seen this before in English with the Fujimi Fantasia Bunko set. Some of these titles have Weiss Schwarz sets, and some of them don't. Among those with Weiss sets are some popular favorites such as Bunny Girl Senpai, Sword Art Online, and Shakugan no Shana. However, not all of these sets are aligned with the same side, Weiss or Schwarz. As such, Dengeki has the special privilege of being one of the only sets with both Weiss and Schwarz cards in it, and even has two different trial decks as well. Today, I will be working alongside Simu aka Chairman to bring you guys a TD++ for each of the two trial decks. I'll be doing the Weiss TD first, followed by Simu with the Schwarz TD after. Let's hop right in. As usual, let's start by taking a look at some of the most notable cards in our TD. Both of the TDs come equipped with a full playset of two climax combos, an advantage combo at level 1 and a finisher combo at level 3. The level 1 combo is from a certain magical index, featuring Mikoto, Index, and Toma. This card has 4500 base power, gains 2k during our own turn to get up to 6500, and is a level 0 while on stage. This is a flavor ability to represent Toma's status as a level 0 Esper, while also letting the card have 500 more power than it would have otherwise. The Climax combo activates on attack, letting you look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, add a level 1 or higher card from among them to your hand, and then send the rest to your waiting room. Notably, this can add event cards as well as characters, which will be important for our game plan later on. At level 3, we have the Toradora finisher, featuring Minori, Taiga, and Ami. It has 10k power and heals on play, and the Climax combo also activates on attack, letting you choose one of your characters to gain 2000 power and an on-reverse burn 2 effect until the end of the turn. The easiest way to play this card is simply to stack all of the effects onto a single character, letting them get all the power boosts to easily reverse their opponent and proc all the burns. With a card like the level 3 ISA, you can even prevent an opponent from using counters on a single lane, effectively letting you guarantee the reverse and the burns. Additionally, we have a Bonder in the deck in the form of the level 1 Taiga, letting you get more copies of the finisher into your hand with ease. Our changes to this TD will mainly focus on upping the power level of the level 0 game, and increasing the mid to late game consistency. Since our level 1 combo and our Brainstorm, level 0 Shana, do not give us great selectivity, we'll be adding some cards that allow us to more easily grab exactly what we want. Let's begin at the bottom. While the level 0 Hollow and Lawrence and level 0 Irie are both cards that can use their effects to maintain card advantage, we can do better. The level 0 ISA from Oreimo is going to be one of the main cards that we look for in the early turns, becoming a level 1 3500 during the opponent's turn, with the ability to move in front of your opponent's smaller attackers and become a huge annoyance. Combine her with the level 0 Aereo already present in the trial deck for some pretty cool synergy. Aereo can send herself to memory upon defeating an opposing character, and then bring herself back at the start of your next turn, allowing you to get a +1 by maintaining Aereo, while also giving ISA room to run around and give your opponent a headache. Alongside the trial deck Kuroneko, which is a drop searcher, we're also including 2 copies of the Minori drop salvage, giving you a bit of waiting room access. This Minori also has an extra ability that will sometimes allow her to bounce back to the hand upon being defeated, resulting in a free card. Use Kuroneko and Minori to grab the correct card for the job while also getting less useful cards out of your hand. We're also upping the Brainstorm count to 3 copies and lowering the 1/1 Shana that searches it to just a single copy, letting us have more access to it at level 0. At level 1, we're adding in the level 1 ISA. She buffs 2k anywhere on attack, but more importantly, she has an ability that shuffles 2 characters back into your deck to gain 1000 power and Twin Drive for the turn. Since our level 1 combo can only grab cards that are already in our deck, ISA can shuffle back cards that we want to try to add to our hand, and then subsequently look to grab them off of the combo. Additionally, the Twin Drive is super useful for paying out climaxes that have been triggered. At level 2, we have the Taiga and Ryuji support, a fantastic card from the booster set for our level 3 finisher. This card is a level assist that can rest itself to marker a character from our waiting room and give a character a 2000 boost at the same time. You can then spend the markers to make the level 3 combo cheaper, lowering its cost by 1 stock per 2 markers paid. As long as you play this support the turn before you play any of your finishers, you can very easily refund the 1 stock that was used to bring this into play, making it a pretty high value card. The final big inclusion into the deck is the level 3 Ami, another card that we're including to help with the deck's selectivity. This card can be played at level 2 as long as you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room and gains 2000 extra power during your turn to attack for 11,000. On the turn she's placed on stage from hand, if she reverses an opposing character, you get to salvage 2 characters, letting you easily set up for future plays and also just refill your hand. Lastly, we've also added a couple tech options, an anti-level stock bomb and an anti-level counter. Use these cards against early play threats, such as the Ami in our own deck. Alright, let's talk about the game plan. At level 0, you ideally want to see your ISA and Aereo level 0s so that you can maintain card advantage. The more turns your ISA and Aereo can survive at level 0, the more hand you can accumulate since you won't need to replace them with new attackers. Use your Kuroneko and Minori as needed to grab copies of your level 1 Climax combo, and additionally try to secure at least 1 copy of your Shauna Brainstorm. Usually your back row throughout the early to mid game will be either double Shauna or Shauna plus Akko. With the level 1 combo, you can very quickly go through the first deck, since it goes through up to 5 cards per copy, 4 from the combo itself and 1 from your attack trigger. Your goal is to get to your first refresh before hitting level 2. Some great mid-game cards you will want to try to pick up if you see them are the Ami early play, Ryuji and Taiga assist, and the level 2 Shauna event. The Shauna event can grab whatever you want from the deck for free, making it a great card to hold onto. You could also consider starting to grab a copy or 2 of your level 3 Climax combo and then set them aside for later. Ideally, you will refresh and then hit level 2 with 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, allowing you to play your Ami early play. Having just leveled up, you should have a decent selection of targets to choose from with her on reverse salvage. Additionally, since you just refreshed, you have an entire deck worth of options to grab off of a level 2 Shauna event if you were able to grab one earlier. Going into level 3, you will ideally want to have at least 6 stock, which is achievable fairly easily. And then you'll also want 1 extra card to discard per copy of the finisher that you plan to play. All that's left from there is to play as many copies of your level 3 combo as you have, up to 3, play your climax, and show them the power of the Palm Top Tiger. One extra card that you'll definitely want to include if you come across one in your packs is the level 3 Taiga, which we didn't include in this list due to it being a double R. However, it's an amazing card, having access to the powerful stock swap ability, on top of being synergistic with multiple cards that we already run in this list. The level 3 Climax combo can stack all of the burns onto this Taiga, who denies backups during her battle, and additionally the level 2 assist can also spend markers to make this cheaper. You can even flex into a pay 1 burn 1 if the situation doesn't call for a stock swap, making this a very powerful, versatile endgame card. I would highly recommend picking one up if you can, and would replace the level 3 ISA in the list. Now, with the Weiss TD all wrapped up, I'm going to send it over to Simu to talk about the Schwarz TD++. Take it away, Simu.
Thanks, Randall. I'll be covering the Schwarz side of the Dengeki trial decks, featuring popular series such as Excel World, Sword Art Online, The Irregular at Magic High School, and more. Complementing the yellow and green colors of the Weiss Side trial deck, this TD's colors are red and blue, and comes with 2 climax combos as well. The first climax combo is at level 1, with Strategic Class Magician Tatsuya. He gains 2000 power during your turn if you meet the field requirement, and his climax combo allows you to search 2 Dengeki Bunko characters when you reverse a battle opponent by discarding 1 card. Searching cards is extremely powerful early on in the game to quickly improve deck compression, and you can use the discard cost to filter unwanted cards from the hand, such as extra climaxes. What really sets Tatsuya apart are 2 support cards at level 0. Siblings Immeasurable Bystanders Tatsuya and Miyuki bonds to the level 1 Tatsuya combo by discarding a card. This card can also use 1 stock to move itself to your backstage at the beginning of your opponent's attack step, netting you a +1 to card advantage at the cost of opening up a direct attack. Anniversary Miyuki gives all your Dengeki Bunko characters plus 500 power, and it specifically gives the level 1 Tatsuya combo an additional 1000 power, bringing him to a respectable 6000 defense and a sizable 9000 offense with Climax. Between these two cards, we're able to grab the level 1 combo more easily and keep it on the field longer. Onto the level 3 combo, 2 Kings, Kuryoki Hime, and Nico. When this card is placed on stage, you can grab a card from up to the top 3 cards of the deck. The combo costs 1 discard, and sends the bottom 5 cards of your opponent's deck to the waiting room, then deals damage to your opponent equal to the total number of climaxes in those 5 cards. Afterwards, you can look at the top 2 cards of your own deck and rearrange them, and then she gets 1000 power. This kind of finisher combo works well against compressed decks that have a lot of climaxes in them, but the variance is quite high. Sometimes you hit 0 climaxes and cry, sometimes you hit 5 and win the game on the spot. This trial deck is actually quite impressive with a lot of powerful card profiles, but one stands head and shoulders above the rest, the Misfit Anos. To put it simply, this card is insane. 3500 base power means he's hitting way above level 0 power normally, and the demerit of giving all your opponents the ability to encore for 2-stock is rarely an actual demerit. If that wasn't enough, whenever Anos reverses a battle opponent, if your back row is empty, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and summon a level 0 Dengeki Bunko character for free. No cost. It's just a free card. And Anos gives you 2 chances to hit a level 0, whereas most other cards with a similar effect only check the top card. Safe to say, Anos is an easy fit in any deck that doesn't mind having a decent amount of level 0 characters to play with, which is just generally a good idea. Another highlight level 0 character is Standing Under the Moon Kirito. This card is always 3000 power as long as you have 5 or more cards in hand, and whenever Kirito attacks, he will always trigger twice. The second trigger gets sent to the waiting room afterwards, but you still get all the benefits of whatever trigger icon was triggered. The last card I want to go over from the trial deck that's a bit unique is the level 2 Warmth of the Real World card. This character card gives power to the characters in front of it with assist, and has an accelerate effect. Accelerate is a keyword that's used to signal that part of the cost will require cards being put to your clock. In this case, by paying 2 stock and putting the top card of the deck to clock, we can give one of our characters plus 1000 power, and the ability, when it reverses a battle opponent, deal 1 damage to the opponent. While this effect is quite expensive and makes us take 1 damage as well, the extra damage can be the difference when trying to close out a game. Since the deck already has 2 decent climax combos, we won't be changing any of those and will focus on adding budget-friendly, low-rarity cards from the Dengeki Bunko booster set to round out the game plan and strategy of the trial deck. At level 0, we'll be swapping out the trial deck Kuryoki Hime Brainstorms for Neat Detective Alice. Her Brainstorm effect allows us to search our deck for characters for each climax revealed, which is much better than drawing random cards. Additionally, at the start of the main phase, Alice gives us the ability to look at the top card of our deck and all of our stock, great for making sure we know which cards are where. Honestly, this kind of effect is perfect for beginners. Be sure should consider putting this effect on all trial deck brainstorms. Next, we have Magicians of the United Kingdom, Lesser and Index. When this character is sent to the waiting room from the stage, we can pay the cost of 1 stock and putting the top card of the deck to clock in order to look at up to 4 cards from the top of the deck and adding up to 1 level 1 or higher card from among them to the hand. This kind of effect is useful for getting some extra cards to hand and can even add events like our trial deck Get Together Kirito and Ronnie, which is an event, despite having 2 character names in the name of the event. The rest of the level 0 lineup features some nice utility cards to have. Wolf and Parchment, Muri and Cole gives us extra draw and stock generation. Prominence Nico allows us to swap climaxes to grab the right climax at the right time. And Player Killer Len helps us with some extra selectivity and deck speed. At level 1, to complement our level 1 Tatsuya combo, we have the 2 who meet by chance, Kirito and Asuna. By the way, did you know that Kirito and Asuna got married just 4 days ago? The year is 2024. When this card is placed on stage, it gets 2000 power, bringing its offensive stat in line with Tatsuya. The Accelerate effect allows us to search our deck for up to 2 Dengeki Bunko net or avatar characters for the cost of 1 stock, 1 discard, and putting the top card of the deck into clock. You may notice that this is the exact same as Tatsuya's Climax combo, minus the Climax part of the Climax combo and requiring a bit more cost. When we aren't able to get the Climax for the Tatsuya combo, this Kirito and Asuna can help us achieve the same results. Rounding out our level 1 additions is Fear and Cube Fear, which is a level 1 backup we can search with Tatsuya or Kirito and Alice, and Girl Who Loved the Dragon, Brunhild, which is a fairly standard anti-overlevel bomb. When Brunhild gets reversed in battle, if the battle opponent's level is higher than our opponent's actual level, Brunhild sends that character to memory. We only have 2 additions at level 2, but one of them is going to take a bit of time to explain. So let's do the easy one first. Stray Cat Princess Elite Guards is fairly straightforward, a 2500 backup that has an additional effect to get rid of overlevel characters similar to Brunhild. Alright, now let's address the essay, that is Princess Knight and her Ketman, Arwen and Matthew. Instead of reading word for word the card effect, I'll try to simplify it as best as I can. So after you play the card, you discard a card and choose 2 of your opponent's front row level 2 or lower characters. The character with the lower power gets sent to the waiting room. If they have the same power, both of them get sent to the waiting room. And if you can't choose 2 characters, nothing happens. This is a neat card that can come up in surprising ways to deal with boards of multiple copies of the same powerful character. Try grabbing it and see which situations it can come up. The game plan of the deck is fairly simple. Your level 0 game plan is quite strong, with Anos and Kirito being able to generate lots of advantage with high base power, spawning level 0 cards, and triggering multiple times. Use this time to search the Tatsuya combo and support pieces like the Miyuki. At level 1, use the Tatsuya combo to search for more cards and build a resource advantage. Searching for extra copies of the Tatsuya combo or the Tatsuya and Miyuki to recycle the Tatsuya combo can help you consistently get advantage while playing climax after climax. At level 2, you can keep doing this same strategy, using Anniversary Kino to give Tatsuya extra power if needed. Alternatively, Anniversary Lena can be used for both a strong offensive and defensive card that can stay on the stage with Encore. At level 3, play as many copies of Kuroyoki Hime and Nico as possible, and use the Climax combo to hit your opponent to level 4. If you need to stall or heal, Anniversary Horizon can buy you a bit of extra time. This deck upgrades directly into our featured meta Dengeki Bunko strategy, where we keep the level 1 Tatsuya combo and power up the rest of the deck even further with the best cards from the booster set. This trial deck is a great starting point for Dengeki Bunko as a whole, so if you're interested in the set, try this deck out. If you like it, you'll only be a few upgrades away from a completed, competitively ready deck. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help support the channel. We have lots of Dengeki Bunko content in store, from deck profiles to gameplay videos and more, so look forward to that as well. See you next time!